Hi, and it's so lovely to connect with you all. My name's Selena Joy and I'm a psychic medium. Now, when I was first asked to come and speak at this conference, I felt a need to address things about self-care, but more importantly, energy self-care, because we are all empathic, whether we, to various degrees, whether you believe it or not, we are all energy. So as we go about our daily day, we go through different situations that can affect our energy. You can speak to somebody that's very stressed, and then you will, for some reason, start picking up on that negative vibration or the anxiety. And then as we go about our day listening to the news, especially during this time with the COVID pandemic, there's a lot of fear vibration and there's a lot of negativity or feeling of chaos sometimes. Things are out of our control. So a lot of people have been quite stressed and anxious. So you can pick up these feelings. Whether or not you feel good or no, at the end of the day, you could just find yourself feeling all these different things, different emotions, anxiety or stress. And you think, well, why? I was okay this morning. And it can be that you've just picked up other people's feelings. So what I started doing myself, especially at the beginning of last year, of 2020, with everything going on, and I was talking to a lot of clients that were very stressed or very emotional about things, is I started to set up my day in looking after my energy, because I knew once my energy was okay, I would work okay, and I'd sleep better, feel better, and feel more balanced. So I set up a routine, starting from the moment I woke up and ending at the end of the day. So what I started to do is when I woke up, I would just stay without reaching for my phone or speaking to other people. I'd make sure I had a few minutes just to stay in that nice moment of before you're getting up and running out of bed, just to stay in that moment to take a few breaths, to wake up in gratitude, to set my intentions for the day, and have a few minutes of meditation. Meditation doesn't mean that you have to sort of sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or an hour a day in silence. It can mean it's just sort of a state of mind. So you can stay in your bed and just have a few moments where you breathe in and out, and let the tension or any stress that you feel upon waking just float away. And then you can set your intentions for the day, for how you want to feel, what you want to happen, so you are more in control, and you're more in control of your emotions and the situations that are going to come up during your day. Okay, so if you start your day even with a 5-minute recorded meditation, there's loads to be found on the internet or on different apps on your phone. So you can just have a 5-minute meditation and set some positive affirmations for the day, so you feel good, you feel in this nice bubble. And then when you get up and have a shower or a bath, whatever you do, your morning routine, when you're washing, cleansing, it's really nice to become very mindful of the healing power of water and the cleansing effect. So whilst perhaps you're in the shower, you can actually imagine this water coming down and cleansing off any negative energy, any energy that no longer serves you. And you can imagine it coming down with white healing energy. And you can just breathe it in. Wash yourself with intention of washing off any energy that no longer serves you, bringing your mind and body and energy into balance, and just releasing all that goes, all that no longer serves you can just go away and go down the drain, and you can just bring yourself into this beautiful light, this beautiful energetic light. And then still while you're in the shower, you can set your intentions again and just, today I'm going to feel really positive. Today is the start of a really positive day. And whatever you want to feel, if you know you've got a terrible phone call with your boss, you can set the intentions to that, how that phone call is going to go, and how you're going to feel throughout this phone call. Sometimes when we're approaching a situation that we know is going to be a bit difficult, because we're nervous and anxious, we can transmit that to the other person, so it actually fulfills our fear. What we've thought is going to happen can happen because we're tense and nervous. But if we're really in a grounded and peaceful state, knowing how we want the conversation to go, even though it's going to be a difficult conversation, because you're in your center and you're emitting the vibes that are positive and not fearful, you can then stay in control of the conversation, and the situations can often go your way because you've got this positive intentions, and you visualize the outcome of this phone call or whatever the situation is to be positive. So it's important to stay in this grounded state. So once you're out of the shower and getting dressed with good intentions, you can then just sit for a moment. It sounds like it takes a lot of time, but really it's quite a quick routine. But you'll notice such an immense difference that it's really fantastic to bring it into your life. It's very worthwhile, the short period of time that it takes. So when you're out the shower, getting ready, you can sit for just a moment. Just take a breath in and honor yourself, honor your energy. You can then just imagine the white light coming down, universal energy coming down, and you can put an energetic bubble around you and just fill this bubble with white light. And just feel that this is protecting your energy. Now you may think, well, what do I need protecting for? But as I say, as we're very empathic, when we're in these situations, we can pick up anxiety, nerves, stress through other people. So this just helps protect our energy. So our feelings are ourselves, our own. And it also helps when it comes to when you're talking to people or helping people. If you're a counselor or like myself and a psychic medium, if I'm helping people and I'm picking up on too much of their anxiety and stress and nerves, I will get into that vibe and won't be able to offer clear, grounded advice. Because I'll be feeling what they fear, and if they're transmitting fear, I may feel anxious and lose track of the guidance and insight that I want to offer them. So it is very important just to hold this space for yourself for a few minutes and focus on building a spiritual energy bubble that will just help protect you. Then what you can also do while you're still in this space where you're bringing the energy around you is just also run the energy down. Imagine the energy going all the way through the soles of your feet into the ground and grounding your energy. So that again, your energy, once it's grounded and it has the roots there, it doesn't interfere with any psychic ability or anything you're picking up or your ability to move or do things, but it just helps you keep grounded so you're not pushed around by everybody's emotion. So then you can just enjoy that space of peace for a moment, because sometimes we hit the ground running when we're in our routine. So this is lovely, and it doesn't take long. It takes a few minutes to do. And then you can just sit there for a moment and just be thankful for whatever you feel grateful for. Sometimes it's nice to get up and think, it's raining or it's this or that. And you can just change those emotions around by thinking of something positive. Oh, I'm going to see my friend today. I'm going to call my mum. Oh, look, there's my cat, whatever it is. Or we're going to have chocolate for pudding. Whatever small thing it is that you've got to look forward to. Think of that rather than the negative things or the perhaps difficult things that you may have coming in for the day. And you can really just change your mood. If you do struggle with setting your moods in the morning. Find something that you really enjoy, like putting on some music and just, and you can put the energy bubble around you and ground you and set your intentions while you're listening to whatever your favorite sounds are, because the music will stimulate your good vibrations and help uplift you. So it's a fabulous way. So finding what suits you will change, because once you start off in the morning with these intentions and feeling more positive and sending out these positive vibes, you will attract that back to you, and it will just make your life easier, and you will just feel more positive. You can also set affirmations or write them down. There's loads that you can download off the internet. It's really nice if you're feeling a bit down about how you're looking. I know a lot of people I've spoke to have put on weight in lockdown and with different restrictions, and because they're struggling with lots of emotions. So you can just stick on your mirror, you look amazing, you're amazing, or smile, you're beautiful, whatever it is that uplifts you, because then as you walk past the mirror, you think, hey, you're not so bad. Just something that makes you smile and makes you feel better instead of looking in the mirror and criticizing. It brings to your mind that you can look in the mirror and think, okay, my eyes look nice today. Even if you can't say too much else, just find a couple of nice things to say about yourself. It's a time in life that we really have to be kind to ourselves and love ourselves so we feel better, and then we can handle everything else that's going on. Because if we're controlling how we feel and our emotions and keeping positive, and we can control our inner emotions, we may not be able to change or control what's going on around us, but as long as we're feeling okay, then we'll have the strength to go through it all and find the positive within the different situations that you're in. Also, what's really interesting to do is just to slow down a little bit. And I feel that happens once you start implementing this plan of taking care of your energy. You do come a little bit more aware of how you're feeling and how different situations make you feel or trigger different emotions. So when you become more self-aware, you're able to deal slowly with these different emotions that come up. If they come up really strong, it's really quite nice. If you can't talk to anybody about it, it's just to sit down and write yourself a letter or journal a little bit so you get these emotions out. It's also a part of honoring your emotions, by getting them out of you and honoring what you are saying. And you'll learn a lot about yourself. And once you learn a lot about yourself, you're more able to treat yourself and help yourself and love yourself. So, I feel it's a real time of a lot of self-compassion and forgiveness. What also can really help if you are feeling still unsettled is to get some positive affirmations. I've got these which I love from Louise Hay, and I just read them or put them around the house, and I suggest to my clients to do so. Either make your own. But it is really, I am safe. It's only change. I cross all bridges with joy and ease. The old unfolds into wonderful new experiences, and my life gets better all the time. I love life. It is my birthright to live fully and freely. I give to life exactly what I want life to give to me. I am glad to be alive. I love life. So it's a really nice habit to get into, is just feeling, watching yourself. And when you do find that you're starting to feel a bit negative or overwhelmed, slow down, journal your feelings, even if it's quick, so you're not going to snap at someone for something that's not their fault, but because you feel overwhelmed. So journal a little bit, or just read some positive affirmations, or just sit in your space for a while And breathe. It's so easy, and I know it's something we all sort of take for granted, but the amount of times I speak to clients and I say, well, you're not actually breathing. The anxiety is sitting there. So it's important, if you find yourself, when you're a little bit more aware and you find yourself going out of your center, just to take that time to sit down and count perhaps 2 breaths in, hold for 2, and then the count of 4 out. And just do this 3 or 4 times. Again, it's not something that you have to do for a great length of time, but it's just something that's really lovely to do, to just bring you back to the moment, to this moment that we're enjoying, to be present and not worrying about what's going to happen or what you said and did. It's just about the now. It also can be quite important, as a lot of people have been working at home, is to cleanse your space or to clean your space. And I don't mean the dusting so much, but organizing so that there's an uplifting feeling. Make it your special space. Cleaning out, if you are working from home in an office, you've made up an office or some sort of area, it's quite important, if you're on the phone and you're stressing on your computer or whatever you're doing in your space, that sometimes it can get quite charged with negative energy or quite stressed energy. So it's important to clean it, so you can make sure that there's space so that the energy can actually flow. If you can, open the windows, at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day. And then I love to use either sage or Palo Santo, which you can just burn and cleanse the air. I love sage because it sort of clears all the energy away, and it just creates a new atmosphere that then you can set your intentions to how you want your space to be: peaceful, productive, whatever it comes, in whatever intention you're looking for. If not, Palo Santo is really good because it cleanses the negative energy and brings in good, whatever, good and magical calming energy with Palo Santo. So it's up to you what you're looking for, but it's really nice to have that time to cleanse and just make your space a little bit sacred. Even if it is your office, just make it so it's a nice place for you to start the day in, instead of walking in and feeling all the negativity that was around yesterday from past phone calls. So you can start the day afresh. If also in this space you find that you get overwhelmed, it's a really nice idea to step outside if you can. Now, I know it varies because of different climates. If it's pouring with rain, you're less likely to want to go out. But even if you stand a while looking out the window and bringing in, opening the window if you can, and just refresh yourself. But if you can, it's really nice to be able to go outside and just walk barefooted or sit a moment with your feet on the ground. Just to start feeling more in your center. It's really refreshing, earthing or grounding yourself. Even if you can lean against the trunk of a tree or just touch it, become a tree hugger like myself, but just pull it in. But it just does wonders for stress, and it enhances your sleep, your immunity. It just gives you a better peace of mind. If you're unable to go out and get grounded, what I really like doing, and I can't do on this video, but if you're feeling really stressful and you can't let go of that anger, you perhaps feel that you've just had this phone call and you can feel this anger still there. What you can do is just take a moment to do the tree pose from yoga, because it's all about just standing on one foot. You don't have to do the full pose, but you can just stand on one foot and put your other foot on your knee, and just bring your hands together and just stand like that for a moment. And it's amazing, during that pose, keeping your balance, it means that you can't think. Or if you do keep thinking about your problem, you're likely to topple, to lose your balance. So if you can, just sort of stay in that pose for a little bit until you calm down and clear your mind. And then I feel what I do towards the end of the day, and it's getting time for night time. If I've still got problems and issues on my mind, I do sit and write them down, because the thing is our brains are made that we're problem solvers. So if we've got a problem in our minds will keep turning it over until they find a solution. So what I tend to do is I do sit with pen and paper and just think, okay, what's going on in my mind? What's unsolved from the day? What do I need to think about? So I sit down and perhaps think, okay, well, I haven't done that. And I write it down. Or I write, I solved that today. So I sort of get everything out of my mind onto paper, so then I don't have to go to bed thinking of, oh my God, tomorrow I've got to do this, tomorrow I've got to do that, and how am I going to solve that? And what are we going to eat for dinner? And what are we going to do? And how am I going to get there in time? Whatever it is that you're worrying about can just be parked aside. And then your brain will feel lighter. And then to keep that cleansed, you can either just lay in bed and do a little bit of a meditation or put some calming music on. There's lots of lovely essential oils. I always use lavender because it immediately puts me into that relaxed state, and I just sprinkle it all. I sprinkle it all, actually. It's a bit like my kids think, what are you doing? Exorcist. But, I just sprinkle it all over my bed because I absolutely love the fragrance, and it just makes me get into that space of being relaxed, my sacred space, and it makes me feel good. You can do whatever you want. Again, make your bedroom a sanctuary, a place that you love to be. Put your crystals by the side, listen to soothing music, light a fragrance candle, whatever it is that makes it special. Once you do it a few nights, your body and mind know, okay, in the bedroom there's candles, there's this smell, we know we're going to sleep. So you train your brain and your monkey mind to switch off when you walk into your bedroom. And don't take your work with you. Leave your list of things to do out the way. It is quite nice to keep pen and paper by you, because sometimes when you have a really vivid dream or your guides communicate to you in the night, it's nice to wake up and write it down. But apart from that, try and just keep your space sacred for sleeping. You can then just sort of focus on letting things go, just by breathing in deeply. And as you do, it's like breathing in peace and letting go of any tensions that have built up during the day. What you can also do is do a little exercise of cutting cords, because as we go through the day, we also do pick up bonds that we establish, or cords that we pick up through others. They're sort of very invisible cords, but they're there. And so when you lay down at night, you may be worrying about your mother or your sister or somebody's work situation. And so you can still be feeling a little bit pulled all over the place. And this can be through these cords. So it's a really nice exercise to do, is as you're just laying down, you can just relax, close your eyes, and look inwards and see how your body's feeling. So this works both ways. You can also send yourself, you can bring down the white light and send yourself healing, because throughout the day you may have your posture may have been bad, or you may, whatever you're feeling, you may have built up a little bit of stress, but you can just bring that white light down and bring it all through your body, running through your chakras, just to calm yourself and to heal yourself. Listen to what's going on inside your body. As they say, it's better to hear your body whisper than let it shout. So just go and have a feel through, see how you feel, send the healing light. And whilst you're in there, see if there's any cords that are around you. And if you notice some, you can just start to place your intention. You can bring down, I usually bring down Archangel Michael, but you can bring down whoever you want, or just with your intention. So I'm cutting those cords, or with your finger, I cut those cords that person, I can feel that they've attached their worry or stress. Or sometimes if you're a counselor and you're holding space for all these people, and you can sort of feel that they've gone home thinking of you or really wanting your help, you can feel that draw. So it doesn't mean that you're not supporting them or still sending love, but it means that they're not draining your energy or making you feel out of balance. So you can just cut the cord and just sort of just bring all your energy back to you. So you can just bring the energy back to you. And then you can just settle in and set your intentions for the night if you wish to have a really good night's sleep. Set your intentions to bring your guides in and let you see the solutions to any problems that you've had around. Bring your intentions in for whatever you want to feel as you're sleeping, and you can always then set your intentions for the following day. Perhaps you can sort of just lay and once you've released everything from the day, you've set your intentions to dream nicely, to have a good sleep, you can then set your intentions so that in the morning you're going to wake up and feel rejuvenated. You're going to wake up and feel positive. And with this, it's amazing how this sequence of self-care will just make you feel so much more self-aware, so much more balanced. And with this self-awareness and balance, you'll notice where a lot of your energy has been going. You may have been feeling overwhelmed by other people, doing things for other people. And then you'll think, okay, I've got to put some boundaries on. I have to say no sometimes. I have to do things for me, because once I feel better within myself, I can then do for others. So it's wonderful to get this routine going, to slow down, to become self-aware, and then just be able to start the day with positive energy, positive intentions, and then end it with so much more calmness, cutting the cords and setting your intentions for the evenings. And it's a wonderful routine, and I really feel like saying, do this for a whole week, and at the end of the week you'll notice the difference. So maybe you can write down what's suggested that you do, and then you can set, I don't know, at the end of every day, write down how you feel. Start, if you're going to start perhaps on a Monday and say, okay, Sunday went like this and I felt drained. And then you can start this routine, and at the end of the day, write down how different you've felt or what you've noticed. And by the following week, you can really tell, I'm sure, how your energy is different and how much brighter you feel, how much more positive. And not so drained, because we don't realize, I feel, that when we go through our lives with different people and giving and listening to perhaps bad news or other people's problems or the news, how much that is draining us and slowing us down. So we feel quite weary and drained a lot of the time. But this makes you feel much more rejuvenated and in balance and in power. It's very empowering, because then you just feel so much more strong and able to handle things, capable of so much more. So I hope you've enjoyed this little talk, and many blessings, and please do start a little journey of self-care and putting this little routine into place, and let me know how you get on. Many blessings. Thank you.